Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Rae Sanni.
Everybody loved you, Rae. Dropping mad knowledge. That was fantastic. You can follow Rae on Twitter, of course, at Rae Sanni, Raesanni.
Yeah.
Don't forget, keithandthegirl.com/coupons. We, especially with the holidays coming up, we have different sponsors, and maybe it gets confusing. Who are these new sponsors? What deals? What slash? What code do I need? You'll see everything right there. So take a look. Also, anytime you order from Amazon, go through keithandthegirl.com/Amazon. You don't pay any more, of course, but we still get a little piece of the pie. So that helps out, of course. In fact, speaking of ads, let me give you one. Let me talk about something right now. Vistaprint holiday card. Can you hand me that card back, by the way, Rae?
You Indian giver.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not PC, right?
Dropping mad knowledge, I said, right? Well, anyway, I got you a present here. This is for you. Now it comes with an envelope.
Oh, thank you.
That's my holiday card, and it's so inexpensive and easy to do through Vistaprint that I'm into it this year. And you'll see what I mean. 50 cards as low as $21.99. Variety of options, quantities, styles, sizes, stocks. Fantastic. You don't have to know art. Look at that. You would think that took time and thought. No care at all, right?
Oh, thank you.
Very inexpensive.
I appreciate it.
And it took a minute. 50% off is the deal I'm offering you. 50 cards starting at just $21.99. Satisfaction with this company is always guaranteed, absolutely every time for any reason. Okay? So here's what you do. I'm ordering them and I love them, and you will too. Get 50% off holiday cards. Visit Vistaprint.com. Create and design your custom holiday cards. Enter code KATG50 at checkout. That's KATG50. If you want a 25% savings, type in 25, but I say go 50. Your savings will be applied automatically. It's that easy. Go to Vistaprint.com and get your holiday shopping done today. Are you, Rae, a good holiday shopper? Do you wait until last minute? Do you not bother?
I've never done holiday shopping.
Yeah? For your family or something?
My parents are Muslim. We don't have holiday shopping season.
Muslim?
I know.
You snuck by like it was nothing.
But the black part is going to catch up to me.
I was talking to you like you were normal. One of the big holiday things this year is called Hatchimals.
Okay.
And they start at it's like an egg. I'll put these pictures on the website. And somehow you raise it, and then it'll hatch out of the egg, and then evolve somehow.
What? Is it like a real live gigapet? Like it's exactly. A gigapet in a shell?
Yes.
That's so strange.
That's exactly what it is. Hatchimals are bird-like stuffed animals that actually hatch from a hard egg shell once they are played with long enough. So you have to sit on it, literally hatching.
That is so creepy.
Kids then teach them how to talk, walk, and play through 3 phases of life: baby, toddler, and child.
Oh.
Yeah. They had more phases of life, when you'd be forgetful and things like that, but it makes kids cry. Hatchimals retail for $49.99 at Toys R Us, but people are getting so desperate to get their hands on one that there's eBay auctions that start at $150.
What?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. So this is the big
it's the Tickle Me Elmo of Trump's America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's 96. This Tickle Me Elmo. It's 2016 now. Yeah, so I guess it's good, right? It teaches kids to take care of something.
No, because when in my youthful days, had a gigapet, I didn't take care of it. My monkey shit all the time, and I never did anything about it.
In this one, it's so lifelike. If you don't pay attention, it'll pee on your bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's water, right? It's not real urine, so
right.
I'll probably just roll over.
It's instead of buying your kid a pet that you have to worry about, this is a safer alternative. You know how I said about pit bulls, how people are giving me a hard time for this, but I don't know what to tell you. Facts are facts. That pit bulls are the most dangerous dog, and the deaths that they cause is far and above what the second most dangerous dog is, which is a Rottweiler.
Okay.
Which makes sense. But, pit bulls pit bulls have that jaw that they compare it to a shark's jaw that they can lock and not let you go if they don't want to. So I'm reading this story.
Wait, is owning a pet shark legal?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So there you go. So neither should be pit bulls. Caesar is this pit bull. And they were going to put him to death, and the government decided not to. In a deal worked out between the dog's owners and the city health department, Caesar the pit bull will be spared as long as he successfully completes a training program to curb his enthusiasm. He has to curb his enthusiasm for killing other animals and biting humans.
Oh, what?
The people whose animal, a Chihuahua, got eaten by Caesar have dropped their lawsuit. Caesar has killed 2 dogs and a cat, including a Chihuahua named Charlie, last May. In that attack, Charlie's owner was badly bitten trying to save the little pooch.
What?
Before Caesar is allowed to return home from New Jersey, where he is receiving the behavior modification training, he must pass a test administered by the American Kennel Club to obtain good citizenship certification. So how do you test it? Like, all right, we're going to see. Are you done biting? Here's my hand. Fuck, you're not done biting.
Wow, that sounds really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who's paying for all that?
They will have to. The owners of Caesar will have to pay, it seems, because they're talking about starting a GoFundMe.
That's absolutely not. It's killed 2 dogs and a cat.
Yeah.
And we are expending all this effort to train it to be slightly nicer. That's crazy.
The owners are required to install a gate that automatically closes and locks at their home and erect sturdy and high fences to prevent Caesar
It's a fucking dog. You don't have to spend... Get another one.
Right.
I don't understand. The attachment people have to their animals confounds me. But honestly, seriously, it's a fucking dog. It's killed a bunch of things.
Right.
It fucked you up when you... If the one person that the dog is supposed to be decent to, it bit as well, and you out here fighting for it, he don't like you either.
Right. If my dog started, and I do love my dogs, but if they started eating things, that's it. You got to go.
You gotta go.
You got to go. Caesar must wear a muzzle whenever he is on the public street.
There are so many rules.
Yeah. And is banned from walking within 1 block of any school from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
And she's fine with the neighborhood. Like, I'm back. And you're walking around this dog with a muzzle reminding everybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi.
What neighborhood is this?
What neighborhood is this? Staten Island.
The dog is named Caesar, so I'm thinking the owner is a black rapper. But all the rules and that is the whitest shit ever. What? Who cares? It's a dog. How old is the dog?
I don't know that answer.
That seems really ridiculous to me to go through all of that just to save a dog that don't even speak English. That's crazy. Right. Like, are you gonna talk to it? What are you gonna say?
Caesar will. Well, you don't argue with it. I'll tell you that much.
He gets rough.
Caesar will be kicked out of New York City completely if the conditions aren't met, and if he attacks again, he faces a new death sentence.
Wait, they're gonna deport a dog?
Mm-hmm. Right. Get out and stay out. Little, one of those hobo sticks on the dog's shoulder
with the handkerchief tied to it.
The owner is saying that she'll probably start a GoFundMe account to raise money to pay the cost of
If you pay for this dog, I'm going to come to your house and beat you up myself. If you give this woman money for her dumbass dog, I'll beat you up. If you're an animal lover, you should be offended that he's killed 3 animals.
Right. But you don't know him. Like, I'll put on Dr. Phil, and I swear to God, it's like he knows what he's saying. He'll watch it.
Can you imagine?
Every 4 o'clock, he brings the remote to me.
Right.
It's a little chewed up.
Humans would go to jail forever for killing 2 other humans and some other species, but you got this cannibalistic ass dog, and we just letting it rock. Go to doggy jail.
Right. If you eat again, I'm warning you.
Lock her up.
Lock
her up.
How do they test? Do they put like that toy, the Hatchimals, like around the dog and see if it eats it? How do you test?
He's gonna eat your weirdo owl.
Speaking of the holidays, there's a list of toys you might not want to buy because they're being made in Chinese sweatshops. Brands such as Barbie, Hot Wheels, Disney, McDonald's.
Never stopped me before.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Exactly.
Done. What am I going to do? Everything's banned.
Everything's banned.
You got to calm down.
I just bought an iPhone 7. I'm good with Chinese sweatshops for the moment.
I mean, I can't make the phone myself.
Exactly.
What am I going to do?
Get your little hands in there.
I say this to the people that support these Chinese sweatshops. Please stop. Other than that, what can I do?
You got to look at the camera like Donald Trump did on 60 Minutes. Stop. Stop it.
You stop it. You stop this violence. I don't talk to my dog that way if I want the dog to be taken seriously. Stop it.
Stop it.
McDonald's plans to offer table service at all of its U.S. restaurants. Table service is currently in about 500 locations.
Where?
I've never heard of this.
Me neither.
But that's what we don't see. Trump's elected. We don't know what's going on in this
don't know
country.
anything anymore.
There's 500 shops that go, do you want a second fish sandwich for free?
Wait, they don't even want to pay their workers minimum wage, and they got them out here coming from behind the counter to get cussed out at?
Because they can lower the wage then. Oh, you're now a waiter.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, those are going to be some good tips from McDonald's customers.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
And more sauce.
I had to go to McDonald's to get a McChicken sandwich because I only had $2, but that tip's about to be lit.
Yeah, anytime I was at McDonald's, right. Anytime I was at McDonald's, that's the way I would say it. Yeah. I had to go to McDonald's.
I had to go to McDonald's because you couldn't afford anything else.
Or you're driving, it's the only thing there.
Yeah. But, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but I am addicted to McChicken sandwiches.
The McChickens is good.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. It's so good, though.
Because it's made out of candy. Who knows what it is? There's no chicken.
I don't know. It's probably made out of the souls of those kids in the Chinese sweatshop.
It's all the same food.
It's all the same.
You just put a different outer. Get the burger outer. We'll put that on it. Yeah, that'd be a rough job.
Yeah. And what do they are they dressed differently from the cashiers? Do they have to wear those waiter aprons? Is there a maitre d' at the McDonald's now?
They're going to have that fuck you attitude.
Yeah, they're going to drop your chicken on you. Fuck you.
Were there any specials today? Fuck you.
Yes. We have the Big Mac that didn't fall on the floor.
Right. I remember being at McDonald's, and they said two fish fillet sandwiches, $3, and I'm like, I'll just take one, and they go, well, that'll be $3. I'm like, yeah, I'm only gonna eat one. The guy goes, why? I'm like, I don't know, pig.
It's like, why wouldn't you just eat this second cancer sandwich for free?
Let me mention this. Okay, so I just scared you. What are you allowed to get for gifts for the holidays? Don't just say no to something. You have to have an alternative. Okay. Well, I got you covered. Movement watches. MVMT. I got one on right now. All right, nice watch. Beautiful. Holiday shopping can be tough, but thanks to Movement watches, all the gift-giving anxiety can disappear with the press of a button. Watches make the perfect purchase for just about anyone in your life, guy or girl. And remember, they start at $95. $95. With over 500,000 watches sold to customers in 160-plus countries around the world, they have solidified themselves as the world's fastest-growing watch company. And here's why. Because you'll go to a store, pay $400, $500 for the exact same type of watch, and they go, no, guess what? It's the future. Buy online, skip the middleman. We don't have flying cars, but we're close with this. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns.
Oh, nice.
By going to movementmvmtwatches.com/KATG.
Sweet.
The watch has a really clean design. Seriously, I've been getting compliments ever since I put it on. Now's the time to step up your watch game. Go to movementwatches.com/KATG and join the movement.
Oh, that's okay.
Right?
I feel elegant, you know?
Yeah,
I want to come through the movement.
Yeah, I wore this watch at a McDonald's the other day. They go, what are you doing here, sir? Right. I say,
I'm waiting for table service. Thank you.
Right. Ray, I saw this on your Facebook.
Okay.
That's a funny okay.
What?
People don't realize what they write on these. I opened my set at a frat house with a date rape joke. They were not amused. Well, excuse me for trying to meet my audience at their level. How do you end up getting a gig at a frat house in the first place?
A friend of mine recommended me to these young college students who put on a show, and they're enterprising young kids. They're just kind of like, we're in New York, like, let's just email these motherfuckers and they'll come out. And it's true, like we did. We all come out.
Is it good pay?
Is popcorn good pay?
Popcorn and the
water,
the mystery drink.
Water. At least it wasn't a mystery. It was water, though.
Okay.
No, I had a good time. But
how do you start with the rape joke? What do you say?
Oh, I realized that I'm about to perform in a frat house, so I go upstairs and I see, all these kids, and I was like, wow, I haven't been in a frat house since my second date rape. This is great.
In silence, of course.
In silence, dead silence.
You expected them to laugh. Wouldn't that be worse?
No.
I start laughing. I'm like, that is so true, because it's what we do.
Yeah.
I'm not us per se, but we are known to do that.
I mean, yeah, right? But it's kind of like, it's my Ricky Gervais moment. Like, I'm above it, but not above it. So I'm here mocking the venue, but I totally want to be here.
Right.
It was one of those.
Do you end with, please don't rape me? I don't know you anything.
I was sober, thankfully, so it probably wouldn't happen that way.
Right. Does anybody bring it up after the show? Did they say,
no,
hey,
they didn't. They didn't. I mean, I said a lot of other shit that they were really uncomfortable with, so I think they forgot about the date rape shit by the time I got to the, like, calling all of them racists for voting for Trump.
We are the worst. Deep down, we don't respect you.
Isn't that hilarious?
Oh, man. Oh, I don't know if my racism is institutionalized or what. This is fun. This is fun. Oh, everything was just passed on to me by my grandparents.
It's crazy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
I really don't stand up for you enough. Oh, God. Oh, thanks for coming. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I heard that, speaking of which, one of your rapists got a serious blood clot. Mm-hmm. You find out about it because you have mutual friends. First of all, if I know, if you told me who this rapist was and I was friends with it, that'd be the end of the friendship.
I feel like that is very, very wishful thinking. I feel like every.
Do I feel like I'm saying if I was in Germany, I'd be standing up to the Nazis? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's kind of like that, to be honest, because the number of men who've been accused of sexual assault, particularly.
But you're my friend, and I would believe you. So never mind.
You would believe me, yeah, but not like super close friends. There are people who are just like who kind of see it as a stay out of it kind of thing.
Wow. Meanwhile, you wanted him to stay out of it.
Well, yeah, I sure did.
So he has a blood clot. He's in the hospital for how long?
I think he was in the hospital for like 9 months to a year.
And you keep liking his status?
No. See, I didn't. He friended me. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Like 2 years later, he friended me.
Is it to see if you're Facebook. Over it, or he's that confused?
You know what? I don't know, because after he raped me, he would do this weird thing where he would see me and be close to me physically, but like never acknowledge my existence. So it was really strange. Like, we were in the same lecture and I had introduced him to the girl who was my best friend at the time because I had a crush on him. And every time I was with her, he would come up after he assaulted me, like every time I was with her, he would come up to her and say hi and purposely ignore me. And it would be stuff like that. Or there was one time we were like in the student like convenience store, and he had like purchased all his items and was like ready to leave. But I walked in and he like stayed in the store pretending to shop and waited until I finished buying stuff to go away.
What kind of power move is that?
I have no idea. I still don't understand it. I mean, he would sit like 2 seats away from me and lecture. It was like the strangest thing. And then we did like a fashion show together, and I guess I just tried to get over it. And then he...
Do you tell him? You don't have to nag me. We already fucked.
Well, we didn't fuck. Right. He fucked. Right. I got something. And I guess I just kind of ignored it. And then I ran into him at the Princeton Club one time. And He and his brother were like extremely nice to me. It was the weirdest thing. And then he friended me on Facebook right after that. And then I accepted it like a crazy person. And then I started to see other pictures of him being really sick. And so I tweeted something like, oh, my rapist just had a stroke. That bitch Karma's a really cool chick. And then all of my friends got mad at me.
Wow.
They were like...
You're supposed to rise above everything, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
They kind of were... Not all of my friends, but like my friends were like, you shouldn't tweet stuff like that, you know, you shouldn't be talking about that thing. And not like they felt bad for him. They didn't give a fuck that he was sick. It was just kind of like people think that if you've been raped or if you've been sexually assaulted, you should be ashamed. And I think that that's like an ingrained thing, because I don't know why me talking about who raped me is something I shouldn't tweet.
Right.
You know what I mean? It happened to me.
Yeah, if it is weird to not let you enjoy this moment, because I absolutely would say enjoy it. If he ends up getting arrested and the judge says, I sentence you to 9 months blood clot.
And then you'll be dancing. You'll be dancing in the courtroom.
Or you'd be like, that's not harsh enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was so bizarre. It was so bizarre. But you know, and that's why, like, you know, when people like with Derrick Rose, for example, and how he just beat that rape civil suit, people always use like the reaction of the victim as like an explanation for why a rape did or didn't occur. And that is mind-blowing to me, because I know what crazy things I did after I got raped, that like I would never think that there's any way to process the right way what happened to you. Like after he sexually assaulted me, I fell asleep. He started fucking me while I was sleeping. I woke up. I like sobbed. And then to get him to stop, I promised to give him a blowjob, and I did. I was like, please stop fucking me. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm very sad. I'll blow you so I can leave. And so I did that. I blew him so I could leave. He kicked me out we'd gone to like a toga party or something. So I was like in toga shit, like sheets. He gave me a dumb t-shirt and made me walk all the way across campus alone by myself at like 3 a.m. And it was like maybe a 15-minute walk of shame. I was in so much pain for the next couple of days. But I did this thing where I told all my friends that I fucked a frat boy, and I was really proud of it. It wasn't until one of my friends, maybe a couple of weeks later, was like, Rafa, this story that you're telling me doesn't sound right. And so then I started like looking up the definition of like what rape is, and I was like, holy shit, that's like what happened to me. But I still wanted to date him. I didn't understand why he didn't like me anymore. It was all kinds of like weird feelings, because you don't think that something like that will happen to you. You don't want to believe that it's happening to you, and then there's this weird thing where you still want them to like give a fuck about you. It's just it's a bizarre thing.
Do you follow? Have there been more than 2 attacks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been assaulted 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
That what I just explained was the first one. The second was my boyfriend. Like, I wanted to fuck the night before. He was tired. The next morning I just showered, so I didn't want to fuck, and he like held my legs down and like fucked me anyway. And then like went to shower and came back crying like, I can't believe I violated you like that. I'm so sorry. And then he dumped me like 2 days later. Wow. And the third one, like I like was at a house party, and I like, some dude was like, yeah, we're all gonna do acid, and somebody gave me a pill, and I like blacked out, and I like woke up to a dude cock smacking me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't people know these pills don't take? Everybody always wakes up mid, it seems. We don't have the technology yet, people.
Yeah, it's like, seriously, can you get me through it? I don't want to remember it.
Right.
But you know.
Well, we were talking about how Bill Cosby now is saying that he's blind. And so he can't.
Speaking of Bill,
like if somebody said to me, you know, we're putting you on trial for rape. I don't see how I can say, oh, I won't be able to identify these women necessarily because I'm blind. I would go, it really doesn't matter what woman you're talking about.
Because I ain't do it.
Right.
That's funny. I can't see my accuser.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try my best with their voice, but it's been decades.
That does sound like my first rape.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
We asked the audience, is Bill Cosby really blind? Yes or no? 39% say yes. This is some timing, though. That's all. Duh, boy. If you were caught me last week, my eyes would have been perfect.
I actually do think he is. If he's not fully blind, I think he's definitely getting there. Because like when you're stressed, your body starts to break down. So his eyes were probably like, we don't need to see the shit that's going down right now.
Of course he's stressed. Don't misunderstand me.
I'm
good with that.
I'm perfectly fine that he's stressed.
Right, but your head isn't together whether you did, and of course he did it, but whether you did or didn't do it, your first thought shouldn't be, I'm going to go on a comedy tour.
See, that's the thing that's crazy to me. It's like...
it's so egotistical.
That's the thing. Do you remember when R. Kelly was like accused of raping that girl? Mm-hmm. And then literally, I mean, he was already like a dirty guy in terms of his music. Like it was very like Quiet Storm, sexy R&B.
Okay.
But after he got acquitted from that trial, all of his music sounded to me like he was purposely trying to do music that made people think about children. Like when he called himself the Pied Piper of R&B.
Okay.
Afterward, and the Pied Piper, that legend is about a piper in a town using his flute to lead the children out of the town. Or he started singing things like about Oreos and like just songs that would clearly resonate with teenagers. Right. And it was just like, the fuck? Like, It's crazy. It's like, it's brazen.
Do you remember that song he did? He's like, coming over, we're going to hatch this Hatchimal.
Like, that one's coming. It's on the new album. It's on his Christmas album.
Like you're an adult. Yeah, there's something to that, and it's an egotistical thing. It's Woody Allen making movies with an 80-year-old man and a
15. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
It's like, well, but the thing is, if you're the kind of person who would rape in the first place, you already have the kind of ego that decides that your wants or your need for power does overtakes whatever other person's resistance, and then you kind of perform that in a different way, like doing comedy despite the fact that nobody wants to fuck with you, or singing songs about being a Pied Piper when someone accused you of child rape.
Ever since the trial, I don't know if you remember that, did you notice all of R. Kelly's music has been in the key of F minor?
No, that's
too much, right? He's pushing buttons.
Oh, Keith.
Nah, it's a great Danny Hatch, best in the business.
You did that one? Mm-hmm. That's a good one. That's really good. Is that on Twitter? Can I find it and retweet it?
It's good on Twitter.
Okay. That's funny. Oh, that's terrible. But it's so funny.
Speaking of college, a Trump-bashing Rutgers University professor insists he's perfectly sane no matter what the campus cops say. Kevin Allred.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
Said that he was targeted for his politics when the NYPD came to his Brooklyn home and dropped him off at the Bellevue Hospital psych ward. Rutgers police told them, I'm a threat because on political statements I've made in campus and on Twitter.
Okay.
He tweeted out. And this is for exercising my ... First Amendment rights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being labeled a threat and put in a psych hospital. Trump's crackdown on free speech has absolutely begun. So Trump's getting to work already. People say he's not fit for the job. The NYPD said campus cops in New Brunswick, New Jersey, asked him to conduct a wellness check on the professor based on comments he made in the classroom and on Twitter about killing white people. In a tweet the day after Donald Trump was elected president, the teacher warned, quote, if I see any Trump bumper stickers on the road today, my brakes will go out and I'll run you off the road.
Okay.
Allred teaches gender studies and has made headlines for teaching a course called Feminist Perspectives, Politicizing Beyonce. So a nice little Beyonce class. Which, by the way...
Oh, I've heard about this guy.
I happened to just come across that Flawless video. I woke up like this.
Yeah.
It came all over the place. It's great. Allred was loaded into an ambulance Tuesday and taken to Bellevue for evaluation. The doctors said, this is ridiculous. Why did they bring you here? And I'm like, I know, right? And they're like, well, we had to, but I don't get it. Some tweets include, will the Second Amendment be as cool when I buy a gun and start shooting random white people? Or no? Roll eyes emoji. The tweet was not a threat, by the way, he says. It was a hyperbolic question posed to show a double standard. Look at context tone of most every tweet I make. Yeah. It's a big lesson. You weren't just angry. You're doing a deep lesson.
Well, I obviously calling the fucking police to take you to Bellevue is overkill, but also that's kind of a crazy tweet when you are the authority figure on a campus and you lead young people.
And then you come back to class?
Yeah, like that's you're gonna shoot random white people when half your students are white. Like that's absolutely ridiculous. But not like, take him to the G building. Ridiculous.
Right. I guess you got to
just fire him. Like if he's not tenured, I would just be like, you're suspended. You can't tweet stuff like that when you are a representative of this university.
And if I'm suspended, I only have time to tweet more.
Then maybe he'll finally get to an actual threat, and then we can come get him for real.
Teacher, I have a question. Why did I say that? Forget it. Never mind. You're a weirdo. Forget the whole thing. Here's a fun little story. A man believed that his wife was cheating on him, so he used a drone to follow his wife. They've been married 18 years. So he'd have this drone about 400 feet overhead her. He caught her meeting up another man in a drugstore parking lot and then posted the video on YouTube's. Congratulations, over 5 million views. I wonder if you're like, I swear someone's following me.
That's really shitty.
I swear someone's following me. And then every time the drone comes back, like for a long time, maybe she's just doing regular shopping and stuff. So you're almost disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, this is $1,000 drone and I'm not getting anything.
That's lame. If you think your wife is so bad that you have to go and find a fucking drone, you can't even pay a private eye. You got to get a drone. That's crazy. Like, you just leave her. Leave her. Like, that's crazy.
Why'd you get a drone, sweetheart? We don't have the yard for it. It just seemed like fun.
That's hilarious.
That's right. All's fair in love and drone warfare.
Oh my God. What if he accidentally sent his drone over like an FAA restricted area just to catch her?
Or it falls and he's got to come and pick it up. Hey, sweetheart.
And then also fuck him for putting that on the internet. Like, so your wife is cheating and you think that the appropriate response is to not just leave the relationship, but to post a video of her fucking on the internet? Why would
if somebody cheated on you, though, and you wouldn't put them on blast?
I would talk about it if it happened. Like, if I would, if somebody was like, oh, what happened with so-and-so? I'd be like, he's a fuckboy who cheated on me. Right. But I'm not out here gonna go find some crazy video. And I've never been married, but I can't imagine that kind of insanity.
You don't think we can go to Rae Sanni / piece of shit and be right there?
If anything, I might be the cheater on video, to be honest.
This is why I don't like it.
Exactly.
Talk it out.
First they came for the smokers and I stood by and said nothing. Then they came for the cheaters.
Judge in Atlanta has ordered Bobbi Kristina Brown's partner, Nick Gorgon, to pay $36 million in the wrongful death case, which is always odd to me because if he did it, you go to jail. It's the OJ thing that never made sense to me. And people try to explain it, and it never will make sense to me. You're found innocent, but in the civil suit, you're guilty and have to pay millions.
There's a difference, but I think that's it. I think it's really important, just generally speaking, to recognize that not guilty doesn't mean innocent. Okay. And there's a reason that the legal term is not guilty when the jury say that. So, yeah, they didn't find him innocent because if they found him innocent, then there wouldn't be anything to be liable for.
Right. The daughter, of course, of Whitney Houston and Bobbi Brown was found face down and unresponsive in a bathtub in their suburban. This family loves bathtubs, right?
Oh, my God.
She was in a coma for 6 months before dying in hospice care at age 22.
Yeah, that was tragic.
$36,250,000. He supposedly has. How's he going to have that?
He doesn't have that.
Right.
But also, they gave it to the judge ruled in that way because he didn't show up to court.
Yeah, you got to show up.
That's dumb.
But if you already had something marked on the calendar, and there's that new Fantastical Beasts movie out, there's a lot of shit going on.
And also, like, he's a druggie too.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, he would lock her in a closet, where he would put the drugs there.
Right.
Then hours pass, and she finally does the drugs, then makes him apologize. Like, oh look, you drug addict, he did it again.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not somebody who wants to, like, I don't think it's okay to criminalize addiction or whatever, but there also needs to be some accountability. She did the drugs. If you don't have any evidence of him, like, shooting her up while she wasn't paying attention, like, he's not responsible for her death.
Right. By the way, speaking of polls and movies, we asked the audience, have you ever walked out of a movie? I just walked out of Inferno halfway through the movie.
What's Inferno?
It's the third Da Vinci Code.
Oh, I heard that was terrible.
I loved the first one. Mm-hmm. Didn't like the second one. But I'm like, all right, it's Tom Hanks. Mm-hmm. Let's help this guy out. So about halfway through, or like an hour in, I was like, yeah, I know it's slow and they're going to make everything make sense, but I really don't give a fuck. I quit. I'm tired of if I see you run one more fucking time, quit running. Well,
where's Tom going?
Yeah, here's a clue. We got to run to the other side of town during rush hour. Okay.
Catch Me If You Can was a different movie.
Let me know when you get there. Right. I love running. Is there a lot of running in this one, Ron?
Forrest Gump was a different movie.
Yeah, looking back, he's probably running in all the movies.
Yo, Tom Hanks likes running, though.
He gets lost a lot, and he loves to run. We asked the audience, have you ever walked out of a movie? 50-50.
I've never walked out of a movie.
Well, you don't respect yourself either.
Well, we already knew that. No, I mean, I paid for it. Why would I leave? What's the worst that can happen? A movie will be bad you to death. I'll just stick around.
Maybe it'll be a funny line.
Like if you know.
But I agree. But that's how bad it had to be. Like,
it had to be that bad.
That it's the third in a series, and I didn't finish it. That's more reason I would.
So did you go on Wikipedia to figure out the plot? Ending?
No, I don't.
No, you were so offended by how bad it was that you're not even curious.
I don't even care. I don't even give a shit.
I'm
gonna guess they drugged them. I don't know. I don't care.
Off principle, I think, because I paid so much to be in the movie theater, I will watch it. And then I would go and be obnoxious on Twitter and like, this was trash.
Right.
Give me my money back, Tom.
We asked the audience, after we told the story about how Martin Shkreli, of course you know him as the owner of the only copy of the latest Wu-Tang album, said to raise money for a friend in the hospital. Never mind, he's a fucking millionaire.
Right, but, that's crazy.
He wants to raise money. He's going to allow somebody to punch him in the face. He's taking an auction right now. I don't know if it's at $20,000 or $30,000. And he's saying you can also hire somebody. Now, this is what I would do if I'm a millionaire. Get Floyd Mayweather. Get Mayweather or whoever, Tyson. Smack him in the fucking face. Somehow that's legal. I don't see how.
That's absolutely ridiculous, and it's literally the most kind of like heavy-handed metaphor. It's like he'll take a punch in the face for money,
right? Just
like he would, he hates himself that much.
I got to raise money, so one of you can roll my penis around in glass.
Yeah, it's like let me just do the worst possible thing. Like, oh, I don't know, raise AIDS medication. Yeah. What a horrible man.
If someone paid you to legally punch Martin Shkreli in the face, would you? Yes or no? 80% would. And I definitely would. I'd have a lawyer look over the contract.
I don't think I would.
I'd enjoy it.
I don't think I would. He would enjoy it too much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you punch him, then he comes.
And you have to pay him to punch him.
Yeah. That's what he wants.
That's what he wants.
Oh man, it's still tempting, but now I'm bummed out.
No.
All right. We asked the audience: will Donald Trump last 4 years? 56% say no. He will not be our president for 4 years.
I think he will be.
You don't think people have the theory that he's so insane he'll self-destruct? He'll probably fire himself by accident. Looking in the mirror, you're fired.
Do you really think he won't do it?
I think it's possible.
I think the only thing that'll keep him from not finishing is dying.
Right.
Because he's obvious. No, like he got made fun of at a correspondence dinner in 2012 and put together a long-term revenge plan to win presidency just to get back at Seth Meyers for mocking him. Like, that man is nothing if not determined. I know that he knows that we all think he's stupid and that he doesn't deserve it. And so for that reason, he'll stick it to us and stick around for 4 years.
Who's the comic, and obviously comics in general are liberal, who's the comic that's going to do that correspondence dinner?
Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
He's going to do the first one. Nick DiPaolo is going to do the second.
Okay.
Jim Norton might do the third.
How about Yakov Smirnoff with his ties to Russia? I don't know. I thought Ann Coulter was funny as fuck on the roast.
Oh, yeah. She was great.
So maybe. All right. The Twitter account, like I said, is Rae Sanni, RaeSanni. The website is raesalright.tumblr.com. It's spelled just like you would think, but I'll tell you anyway. Rae's all right. All right. Okay. This was very fun.
This was fun. I had a good time with you.
What are your Thanksgiving plans? Do you bother? I know you're Muslim, I heard.
I'm not Muslim. My parents are.
Well, I don't get that.
My mom's going to cook. I'll probably
eat,
hang out with my family for 5 minutes, and then go find something else to do.
Yeah. All right. Are your parents in New York?
Yeah. I was born and raised here, so my parents are still here.
All right.
Yeah. It'll be fun. So, I'll probably just be drunk. That's what I do.
All right. And you're all citizens, right?
Yeah, we are all citizens.
Just
so, we're all set. We're all set.
Right,
we're not going anywhere.
Now's the time. I wonder if green cards are spiking, you know?
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Now's the time for me to really, I'll have my pick of the litter in terms of, African dudes who want to get married.
That's true.
So,
Good for you.
I'll go get one. It'll be glorious.
And I'll tell them, please don't be into drones. I don't trust that business. Right, thank you. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.